It's windy out here.
Hello.
Welcome to day 2 of our Lenten devotional from a Celtic Lent.
Celtic Lent.
There, move into the frame a little bit, sweetie.
Okay.
Okay, so
It is a little windy, and I think that kind of ties into what a Celtic celebration of Lent is all about.
yeah, I think having the wind in our faces is a nice thing.
Yes.
But we are going to talk today
Sorry.
in which you give something up. As a little kid growing up in a Catholic house that was always kind of competitive, what are you giving up for Lent? And you blew it. You had chocolate after you'd given it up. That type of sacrifice, it serves a purpose during Lent. It's supposed to help us to more closely feel the sacrifices that are being made for us. But also, I think it's also to clear away obstacles that are in your way between you and your relationship with God. That kind of sacrifice, a limited time in which you give something up to more closely focus on God, or to demonstrate, that's the Celtic tradition has a way of thinking of that as a form of martyrdom. But we don't want you to get confused.
Yeah.
So according to the book that we're reading, which is a Celtic Lent.
Mm-hmm. And it references a thing called the Cambrai homily, which was like a 7th, 8th century discourse by one of the Catholic missionaries, and they actually color coordinate different types of martyrdom. So
you have green martyrdom, which is the kind of martyrdom that we do during Lent, which is to give something up in a small way sometimes to sort of bring you closer to God, bring your focus more on God. Sometimes it's for a limited time, and sometimes just a limited thing.
Or it could be a lifelong practice that you want to do.
Right. And then they have white martyrdom, which is what happens when everything in your life changes and you devote your whole life to God in a way that you shed any relationship identity that you had to the life before, like by joining a convent or joining a monastery or taking orders or devoting your life to God, becoming ordained.
Becoming a licensed local.
Becoming a licensed local pastor, I don't think is as cut and dried, because there's an awful lot of your life that you're allowed to keep. But I think it's closer.
Off-white.
It definitely means that you go where the Spirit sends you.
Yeah.
So like a beige martyrdom. But and then there is red martyrdom, which is the kind of martyrs that we think about when we think of the saints who died for their faith, the saints who gave up their lives for their faith, or to save the faithful. And I think that we interact with all three of those when we're studying Lent. We interact with the disciples who gave up everything to follow Christ, and then we interact with the very real sacrifices of John the Baptist, and then Jesus, and then the disciples that follow, Stephen and all of the disciples who give up their lives for their faith. We're only like taking the very first step when we give something up for Lent. That's green martyrdom, but it is also a thing to be celebrated. It is also a thing to be committed to.
Yeah. The whole purpose of Lent is to prepare your heart and your soul and your mind for the miracle that we celebrate on Easter.
Right.
And that kind of martyrdom, any form, any color that you feel called to, is a way to do that. In the early church, it was a time to learn about doctrine and theology and prayer practices, and so that come Easter, you are baptized and become part of the church.
And when you think about what green means in the natural world, green means new life. Green means new birth. Green means, seedlings, and, the small buds that appear on the trees that have been dead for a couple of months, that have looked completely bare for a couple of months, when we start to see those little sprinkles of green. So that green martyrdom, you can look at it as a way that a seed is planted.
Yeah. And, even Lent, the name means spring. Mm-hmm. So it's all about new life.
So whatever it is that you've chosen to focus on during this Lent, and I hope you have examined your life and chosen to clear obstacles away. I hope you have chosen to fast. I hope you have chosen to give something up that is causing you harm. Whatever it is, celebrate that offering, even if it seems small to you, because everything can be the beginning of something new.
Yeah, the smallest seed will yield the biggest yield.
Yeah, because that's how mustard seeds work.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all be blessed, and hopefully we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Take care.